Hi everybody, it's Tina here with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and I have another card for you guys tonight, or today, this morning, and I'm going to be using this stamp set. This is a Sale-A-Brations stamp set, so you cannot purchase this stamp set, but you can get it for free by placing a $50 order. This is called Vintage Verses, and I'm going to be using this stamp right here that says there's only one you. I'm also going to be using some of this paper. This is from our Prince Poetry pack. And I just have mine in a little bag. I just keep all my paper in these little clear bags so that I can keep all of my scraps together. And then I'm also going to be using these doilies. They're super cute. The one thing you have to really be careful with is they're super thin. So sometimes I think I'll pull one out, but there's multiple there. So I'm going to be using these, and what I've done is I've taken my Hearts Framelit collection and I ran one of these through and put a heart right in the middle. Okay. So I'm going to be using, this is Summer Starfruit is the cardstock. I've cut it at 4 1/4, and that's just giving me a standard 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card. So then I'm going to take my corner rounder. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch rounder and round those corners. Then I'm going to put it in my trimmer. I'm going to zoom in so you guys can see this part. So here's my 1 1/2 inch mark, and I'm opening up my card like this, okay? And I'm going to slide it into the 1 1/2 inch mark. I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm just using my trimmer as a guide to score that. And then I'm going to fold it. And you're left with something that looks like this. Okay, so let's do a couple things with our pattern paper. The first thing we're going to do is trim this green piece down, and I'm going to trim that to 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and then while I have my trimmer out, I'm going to trim this to 4 by 4. And that should fit. Nope, I'm going to have to take a little bit more off. So let's do 3 1/2. That will work. So 3 1/2 by 4, and then this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/4. Or this is, the green piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay? We're going to set this aside. Now for this pattern piece, I'm only going to round the bottom two, okay? And this piece was 3 1/2 by 4, okay? So now I can grab my adhesive. This card is going to look like you spent a ton of time on it, and it was really complicated, and it's really not. So you're just gonna put that down, so then when your fold comes down, it looks like that. So then this piece is going to go inside here, but we're not gonna glue that down or anything. It's just gonna slip inside. So then I want to put this part in, and I just want the doily to peek up a little bit, and I want it to be kind of centered. So what I'm doing is I'm just pulling it up and arranging it. So, and then I'll turn it so that my heart is even. And then I'm going to fold this up, put adhesive on this part, and then just like that. So we can set this side apart now. We're going to open up the card. We're going to stamp on this part. So I already have my stamp out. I need to line this up better. There we go. So it says there's only one U. I'm going to use Midnight Muse ink. And I'm going to stamp it not even at the center, over here in the corner. Then we're going to take some baker's twine. This is just white baker's twine. For this card, you really need some sort of ribbon to keep it closed because it doesn't really stay closed on its own. Adjusting the twine how I want it. I always do that after I tie the bow. I don't try to make it perfect before the bow's tied because there's just really no point because you move it around so much. You can always adjust this after. So then I'm just gonna make sure my bow is tight, and then I'm gonna trim this down to how I want it. Okay, and then this part will slip in. Like that. Sorry, I'm off camera tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me. And then what I'm gonna do is I just have some scraps here. Here's some. I love this little tiny heart punch. I just cannot get enough of it. Okay, I'm gonna use glue dots for these little tiny hearts. I love glue dots. So I have one. Oh, okay, this is. Well, I wanted 3 on there, but I don't have room. So there is my card for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and come back tomorrow. I'm going to have an update on my craft room and a new series I'm going to start. And then over the weekend there's going to be a blog hop going on the blog. So thanks guys for coming by, and I will talk to you later.